I remember watching Halloween 2, the original one, not the second one of the rebooted series or the sequel to H2O or that Rob Zombie one. Confusion doesn't do what I just accurately explained justice.
It was Miranda. What?
Anyways, that original sequel released in 1981 and basically was just a retread of the original film, but with more violence, deaths, and retcons and siblings? What the? I so love retcons. Anyways, that is Resident Evil 8 to me, a solid and very entertaining sequel, akin to the original Halloween film. Yet when I think of these new Resident Evil games that have come out, it is the least memorable, and a good 7.5 out of 10. Doesn't sound high, but I also must bravely admit that there is a caveat with my 7.5, and that is also the fact that this is probably my most played Resident Evil game of all time. I know. Following the smashing success of Resident Evil 7, everyone's favorite and most charismatic action horror hero Ethan saving the day, Capcom thought it was wise to make a sequel immediately, following horror's rejuvenation by creating a game that is the narrative equivalent to me of The Dark Knight Rises. One that the first time you play it, it is thoroughly fascinating and very fun, especially in the beginning. Lady, that in each subsequent playthrough that I noticed cracks, bumps, and so many plot conveniences that just really began to annoy the living crap out of me. It's only magnified by the already very clear plot holes and retcons that people, including myself, already had with this game. But the vampire lady is very, very overplayed. Yes, she is the vampire mommy, but everyone, y'all gotta chill.
Man, screw this castle.
Graphically, what a beautiful looking game. I've always been clamoring for more Resident Evil in the snow, and in the times when we do get it, it's always generally a very unique experience. This time though, it's just magnificently done. Not Picasso, but definitely some Egon Schiele, I don't know how to pronounce his name. All I know is that he is a famous painter and his works are always really unsettling, which this game absolutely nails in terms of the aesthetic.
Rose, yes.
Whether it's the village, factory, castle, Bayou 2.0, all of it clearly took an immense amount of time and work that I can appreciate. The frames never drop, and mastering that RE engine has thankfully made everyone's face just look so normal. Even saving Chris's face. Yay, he looks normal.
God damn. It really is you.
Gameplay is where this game will divide fans more than anything else. In its attempts to expand on the system that was overall done well in RE7, we have an end result that creates one of the best shooters and most uniquely fun gameplay experiences that also, in a horror game, makes it very hard to be very scary. In fact, it's so not scary, they actually have to take your guns away during the House Beneviento section, which is quote-unquote the most scariest and stressful part of the game. Not on repeat playthroughs though. To its benefit, this game is pretty hard. Again, Godspeed if you're playing on Village or Shadows. Those puppies will just mess you up. Oh, I forgot, Fat Merchant.
I've been waiting for you, Mr. Winters.
When I did review Resident Evil 7, I did ask the very simple question in terms of the overall narrative. Where are they going to go with this story? I now ask this question again, even with more and more emphasis on where. The narrative is a mess. It starts off interesting, Ethan the Chad with Mia and the little baby Rose in tow, where all is lovely until Chris shoots Mia and kidnaps the two, only to crash near the village conveniently, where Ethan goes on a wacky adventure where he meets Chris several times, only until Ethan murders damn near everyone, including Simp Fishman, Ventriloquist Trust Fund Kid, and Vampire Mistress, that Chris tells Ethan, oh yeah, it was Miranda who was your wife, and Mia's probably dead, only she isn't, she is alive, and Mother Miranda has actually influenced everything in this entire Resident Evil universe, like she started it, and the whole point of her character is literally because she just misses her daughter?
Is that you? Oh, how I've missed you!
Who died during the Spanish flu and that she just wants to be a mom again? Aw, that's actually kind of compelling and understandable, except we don't really get to see any of that throughout most of this entire game. Oh, and Ethan is a mold monster, so now I know that mold monsters can fuck. This game came immediately on the heels after Resident Evil 3, and after Resident Evil 7 and the Resident Evil 2 remake. Resident Evil was on point to continue their win after win after win. I believe this game wasn't originally supposed to be 8, it was originally a Revelation spin-off. I don't know this to be true, but if it is, it actually makes so much more sense as to why this game is a bit of a slight miss, especially in terms of its story. A lot was riding on this game as the future of Resident Evil seemed to just kind of slow down with the upsetting release of Resident Evil 3. Trust me, we'll get there. This game did slow things down even more. Enough for Capcom, who wanted to release one new Resident Evil game a year, which to their credit they tried, to renege in order to properly make games for a franchise so beloved. Again, for all its faults, there's so much to love here. I meant it. Instead of Vampire Mommy, who is now iconic, how about Steampunk Daddy? Jokes aside, this is also the first attempt at what I would say is a semi-open world Resident Evil game, and that generally they smashed it out of the park. It was a wonderful experience to explore, fight bigger monsters, and uncover the lore that these games are so incredibly known for. For all the stupidity that this game is, and that this just completely encapsulates my entire experience, I can say that there is truly so much to like about this game. If you can overlook the faults in our stars. Okay, that was terrible. But hey, at least they tried, folks. Enjoy.